The left's never-ending war against Jorden Peterson has ramped up yet again. Jordan Peterson appeared to cry over being the inspiration for Chris Pine's character in Don't Worry, Darling. On Wednesday, controversial Canadian psychologist Jorden Peterson appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored to respond to director Olivia Wilde's claim that the villain in Don't Worry, Darling was based on him. Last month, Wilde opened up to Maggie Gyllenhaal in an interview magazine about the inspiration behind Chris Pine's villainous character Frank in her latest psychological thriller, Don't Worry, Darling. The film that stars Florence Pugh and Harry Styles as a picture-perfect 1950s couple living in Frank's utopian community, Victory. We base that character on this insane man, Jorden Peterson, who is the pseudo-intellectual hero in the incel community, she said to Gyllenhaal. During their discussion, Morgan asked Peterson if it was fair to assert his status as a hero to men that are despicable in many ways. In response, Peterson said, "Sure, why not? People have been after me for a long time now, and I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is." Then Peterson paused as his eyes teared up. "I thought the marginalised were supposed to have a voice," he added. It is very difficult to understand how demoralised people are, and certainly many young men are in that category, and you get these casual insults, these incels. What does that mean? Well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky. Peterson continued, and good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift. Man, demand high standards from your men, fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, they're lonesome and they don't want to do, and everyone piles abuse on them. Incels or involuntary celibates are heterosexual men who blame women and society for the lack of romantic success, according to an Anti-Defamation League. The term rose to popularity in recent years due to online chat rooms and violent attacks made by some community members. In 2016, Peterson rose to fame in the sector after posting a 3-part YouTube series titled Professor Against Political Correctness. Since then, his lectures and debates have garnered more than 40 million views on YouTube, according to The Guardian. His earnings are driven by the Patreon and YouTube supporters. Now, Jorden Peterson cops it from every angle for telling the truth and being a beacon in a otherwise dark and quiet community where men are committing more suicides than any other demographic. Men are harming themselves, men are lost, and Jorden Peterson is trying to be a shining light to help these individuals. Like, if someone is affected with depression, anxiety, they don't know what to do with their lives, they're listless, they're not driven, he is out there pushing these people forward into a better version of themselves. He gives you the tools and the insights to show you how to become a better man, doesn't even have to be a man, be a better human being. And he is relentlessly attacked for it. They attacked him because he didn't want to use people's preferred pronouns, because he doesn't like your speech being forced upon you by the government and being disciplined for not using their version of correct speech. He is an extraordinary person, an extraordinarily smart person. He has devoted his life and the rest of his career to helping people, not just men. I don't get why everyone hates him so much. The vicious attacks you see from people on the left and people like Gen Z kids on TikTok is astounding. They have no idea anything about what he's ever said. They think he's a racist, homophobic, misogynist or something like that. I don't get it. You go and actually watch any of his debates, you watch any of his speeches, you read any of his books. You know, he's none of those things. He is a insightful, smart person who has suffered at the hand of the left and this wokest, propagandizing, disgusting, deceitful crowd of people that are ever growing larger and louder. And he keeps getting attacked for it on a daily basis. I would not be surprised if he is in the point of mind at some point where he self-harms. And they don't care. They don't care that they're pushing anyone towards self-harm. They sit there and pretend that they're virtuous and that they are the only ones who can be a good person because they accept all and accept everyone for who they are, but they don't accept anyone for who they are if they don't agree with what they want. Now, I haven't seen anything much about this "Don't Worry, Darling" movie. I'll have to go and give it a miss. I think if the director's that woke that she's trying to put Jorden Peterson down as a villain and a person to be demonized, I don't think I can fucking stand watching it. And honestly, if people have that kind of view on him, they're really, really lost the plot. They've really, really lost the plot. They have no idea what he's about and they don't care to learn. He's out there helping millions of men, millions of people, millions of kids growing up. He's showing them how to be a contributing member of society, how to be a better person, and they hate him for it and they demonize him every chance they get. He's an astounding person who has massive flaws and is like everyone else, has flaws. And they like to pretend that they care about people and that they want to accept everyone, but they don't want to accept anyone. They just want you to follow their group think and do what they say and don't question the narrative, don't question the woke agenda. And people like Dr. Jorden Peterson are leading the charge against these kind of psychos, against these people who are on TikTok saying that he's a monster, against these people on Twitter who are demonizing him, against these woke directors and reporters. And honestly, it's refreshing to see someone with a truthful point of view and someone who tells the truth for what it is, whether you like it or not, whether people will agree with it or not, or they get offended, no one cares. It's the truth. At the end of the day, it's reality and you have to accept it. Because if you can't accept reality, what are you doing here? Why are you wailing against the walls of reality? You can't change reality. You can pretend, you can make up your pronouns, you can make up your different astral genders and crap like that. But at the end of the day, you are what you are. You're not this imaginary thing. Reality is firm. Reality is steel. Reality is here to stay. You can't change it. And for people out there pointing that out, like Dr. Jorden Peterson, people like Joe Rogan, people like Donald Trump even, they're pointing out the reality and the facts of the matter. You don't like it. Well, you're going to have to suck it up because you can't change the fabric of reality by wishing well and praying to your woke God and your woke religion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.